A star 25 times heavier than our Sun was there in 2007. Astronomers checked again a few years later. It was gone. No explosion, no debris, no warning. Just an empty patch of sky where a giant star used to be. And to this day, nobody fully agrees on where it went. This isn't a ghost story. It's one of the strangest real cases in modern astronomy. And today on the Cosmic Vault, we're going to walk through exactly what happened and what scientists think it actually means. Officially, this star carries a clunky catalogue name, but astronomers who study it just call it BH1 for short. BH1 sat inside a galaxy called NGC 6946, sometimes nicknamed the Fireworks Galaxy because of how many supernovas have been spotted inside it over the past century. It's located about 22 million light-years from Earth in the direction of the constellation Cygnus. Astronomers weren't watching this particular star by accident. A team led by Christopher Kochanek at Ohio State University had been running a survey specifically designed to catch something that had never been directly observed before: a star dying without a supernova. For decades, physics had predicted that some extremely massive stars might not explode at all when they die. Instead, they could simply collapse inward all at once, folding directly into a black hole, with barely any light show to mark the moment. It's called a failed supernova. And to actually catch one happening, you'd need to be watching the right star in the right galaxy at exactly the right time. In March of 2009, BH1 gave them exactly that. Over a few months, it brightened dramatically, reaching a luminosity over 1 million times greater than our Sun. To anyone casually watching, this would have looked like the early stages of a supernova, the star's final, brilliant death. Astronomers expected the display to build toward a massive explosion, briefly outshining much of its host galaxy. That explosion never came. Instead, the star started fading and fading until it simply wasn't there anymore. By 2015, astronomers pointed the Hubble Space Telescope directly at the star's known position. Nothing. They checked in near-infrared. Nothing. They brought in NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, specifically to check whether the star might still be there, just hidden behind a thick shroud of dust. A completely reasonable explanation, since dying stars often kick up huge amounts of dust and debris that can block visible light. If the star were merely hidden, Spitzer should have picked up its infrared glow shining straight through that dust. It didn't find that either. What it did detect was a much weaker, different kind of infrared signal, one more consistent with leftover warm debris slowly spiraling into something, rather than a hidden star. Piece by piece, the explanation that fit best wasn't that the star was hiding. It was that the star had stopped being a star at all and had become a black hole, quietly, almost apologetically, without the fireworks anyone expected. Here's why this actually matters beyond one strange star in a distant galaxy. For years, astronomers have noticed a puzzling gap in the numbers. Based on how many massive stars exist in the universe and how stellar evolution is supposed to work, we should be seeing significantly more supernovas than we actually do. It's sometimes called the red supergiant problem. One possible answer is that a meaningful fraction of these massive stars aren't exploding at all. They're failing quietly, collapsing directly into black holes and simply removing themselves from the universe's fireworks display without anyone noticing. Unless, like this one, astronomers happen to already be watching. To really understand how significant this find was, It helps to know just how much work went into finding it. They were monitoring 27 galaxies, all within about 30 million light years of us, essentially running a stakeout on hundreds of massive stars at once, waiting for one of them to do something unusual. Over the first several years of that survey, they recorded 6 completely normal supernovas happening in those same galaxies. BH1 was the only star that did something different. It didn't explode. It just left. From that single ratio, one candidate failed supernova against 6 normal ones. The team estimated that somewhere between 10 and 30% of massive dying stars might be quietly collapsing into black holes this way, rather than exploding at all. That's not a fringe guess. It lines up with an entirely separate puzzle in astrophysics, one involving the masses of black holes we've since detected using gravitational wave observatories. Some of the black hole mergers picked up by instruments like LIGO involve black holes heavier than standard supernova models can easily explain. A failed supernova, one that keeps essentially all of the star's mass instead of blasting a large chunk of it away in an explosion, would naturally tend to produce a heavier black hole. 2 very different kinds of evidence, gathered by 2 very different kinds of instruments, quietly pointing at the same conclusion. Now, in the interest of giving you the real picture and not just the exciting version, this case is not universally settled science. More recent analysis, including work published in 2024, has questioned parts of the original interpretation, and some researchers argue there are alternative explanations that still need to be ruled out before anyone can say with total certainty that this was a direct collapse into a black hole. That's not a flaw in the story. That's actually how real astrophysics works. This remains one of the most compelling candidates ever found for a star quietly dying without an explosion, and it kicked off an entirely new area of research into stars that vanish rather than explode. Since then, astronomers have found other candidates elsewhere, including a similar disappearing star in the Andromeda galaxy, our closest large galactic neighbor, which means this may not be some rare cosmic fluke. It might be a normal, if rarely witnessed way for some of the universe's largest stars to leave. So somewhere out there, right now, there may be enormous stars quietly reaching the end of their lives, not with the massive explosion we've always associated with stellar death, but with something closer to simply switching off, leaving nothing behind but a black hole and a very confused group of astronomers checking their telescopes twice. This has been the Cosmic Vault. If stories like this are exactly the kind of thing you want more of, hit subscribe. The next one drops in a few days, and it's just as strange.